about to spin another flower. Let's go ahead and get started here with our base coat. This here is titanium white mixed with water, roughly 45% water to 55% paint. I'm gonna do my base coat a little bit different today. So usually I pour it, I spin it just to get it a little thinner so that I can start laying my colors. But sometimes I'm left with a little bit more paint in the center than I want. And what happens is usually the outer color that I pour around the puddle ends up just kind of sinking into that base coat. And then I'm left wanting just a little bit more of it. So what I'm gonna try today is once I lay my base coat and then spin it out, I'm gonna take a palette knife and then try to thin that center just ever so slightly. And then I'll start laying my colors. Now what I will do is come back around and pour a little bit more of that base coat around that puddle just to make sure when I blow it out that it has enough juice to actually make it to the edge. I like to think I'm a somewhat logical person and this should work, but execution is a whole other ballgame. So let's see what happens. Apologies for the dog. She's going absolutely bananas with her toy over here. Sorry, y'all. She's a Jack Russell and she is like just bonkers crazy. And she's having one of her little zoomy fits right now. And she's also the cutest thing ever. All right, let's see if I can do this without royally messing everything up. Let me do a quick check here just to make sure there's enough base coat. All right, I think we're good to go. We can start laying the colors. I'm starting with navy blue. This is just a mix of phthalo blue and Payne's gray. Now I'm coming in with Amsterdam Greenish blue, probably one of my favorite colors. Okay, I'm going on top with red violet. I absolutely love this color. I'm really hoping that when it hits with the blues, it's going to throw out some variations of purple. Now, I don't want too much of this. It can be a little overpowering sometimes. That might actually be a little too much, but can't take it away now. Okay, let's go on top of this with some gold. This is actually light gold from Amsterdam. I want a healthy dose of this though. You can never have too much gold. So now I'm coming in with my turquoise green. Now turquoise is one of those colors that can very easily take over a canvas and it is opaque. So I have a transparent turquoise that is a custom mix and I went ahead and added about half of that into the regular turquoise green just to make it semi-opaque instead and hopefully offer a little bit more color blending. Okay, I'm going to pour some of my base coat in this little cup just so that it's easier to deal with. And I'm going to go ahead and just pour this around the puddle. That should be enough just to make sure that my petals bloom out enough. All right, let's go ahead and blow this thing out and see what happens. Okay, that is a totally weird looking blowout. But let's go ahead and go in and use the palette knife and create a little bit of separation between the petals. I may drag in a few extra white lines into the petals a little bit later, but this is good for now. Oh, lots of white dots. All right, this is looking super funky, but I need to go ahead and add some base coat in a couple areas. All right, I need to go just a little bit more. So I really want that one bloom right there to creep closer to the edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and go one more time and see if I can get it a little closer. Okay, we're gonna go one more. So there's a really fine line between spinning too much and not enough, and I really hope I'm not overdoing it here. All right, let me just take a look and see what we're working with here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adjusting some of these edges. I'm pretty sure that we're done spinning here. The big question is going to be, am I gonna need to scrape and reshape some of these petals? Do I adjust that petal or not? I think I might have to. Okay, I'm gonna need to take the camera down and actually look at these images because I need to see if I need to adjust the composition or not. I just can't tell from my vantage point. So I did go in off camera and I reshaped a couple of the petals. I just wanted to soften them up a little bit and then work on the overall composition. Now, I did have a lot of those white dots in the painting from popping all the air bubbles, but that's something that I can very easily touch up after it dries. Overall, I'm very happy with this little flower. I hope you guys like it too. Thank you all for watching and happy pouring.